Okay, so long time no see, everybody. What's happening? I'm having a tough time getting framing for the green screen back here. I've been volunteering my time at a homeless resource shelter, and that doesn't help. Yeah, there's like something to be said about, like, trying to do something out there when you realize that things are bad, but then it's like, oh, well, you're running up against the non-profit industrial complex, and, well, there's only so much that they are willing to do, and when you're there in the thick of it, and you're like, oh, well, I guess you gotta go over there, I guess you gotta go over there, I guess you gotta take a bus an hour that way to get anything for you. It's like, well, fuck, that's messed up, but whatever. What else? The main point of the video today is to warn all of my ramen enthusiasts of a couple of bogus motherfuckers that are out there. Well, no, one's not really that big of an offender, it's just like, wow, what the hell happened, sort of thing. And the other one is just, irks me to my very core, and it's just like irredeemable product, really, for many different reasons. But yeah, let's get into it. Number one is the bull ramen, right? Look at this. Look at how hard that's trying to be bulldog, right? And it's got some little Ho-Chi wannabe right here. That's absolutely not the right mascot, They're just trying to steal up every little thing about this. And it says right down here that this is the extra hot version. Believe it. I think almost every variation of this I've had, though, is just like, it tastes kind of like the same heat as Buldak. Probably doesn't taste as good. But man, once it's in your tum-tum, once it's all past your mouth, there is problems. There is trouble there. So yeah, just word of warning for the bull ramen. Who makes this? It's by the Seoul Trading Company. So it's definitely Korean, right? It's just something that's trying really hard to be Buldak. And it's not quite, but it still will hurt you. It will hurt what happens inside. Everything that happens inside is bad, So we're gonna go ahead and prepare that one, and we'll eat it just to remind myself what it's like. And yeah, we'll suffer when we try to sleep tonight. But it's the last one I got. It was a 5-pack. We've already suffered before. This motherfucker, this is the one that I am really ultra pissed off about. I got this at Costco, right? And it was like a 20-pack, and it says that it is like the Korean barbecue flavor. I gotta say, I don't know what I paid, but I know I paid too much. Because this is unacceptable. Look at this. Okay, so it says too on the packaging, it's like, oh, it's dripping in sauce, it's extra saucy. It's like, you just wasted all that sauce, If it is dripping in sauce and there's a ton left over in the bowl when it's over, you didn't give me enough noodles. Look at this. And you shrink wrapped it too, so I could maybe bust little parts of noodles off trying to open this shit? Are you kidding me? That's terrible. And it would probably take 2 or 3 of these, more than likely 3 of these, to, properly space out the sauce, like properly have enough amount of sauce for the noodles. But no, it is just like, and yeah, it's got a ton of sauce left over, and the sauce itself is like half of what it needs to be a yakisoba. like you would take your noodles and that sauce, and then you'd add a bunch of other things, a bunch of cabbage, a bunch of onions, a bunch of vegetables, maybe some meat too. And I tried that. I did that with these, and it was still lacking. It was like lacking in all kinds of flavors that I would have in my own yakisoba. So, like, pisses me off. You really can't enjoy it on its own, and if you really do spend a ton of money to doctor it up and make it into something else, it's still gonna fall short. Just get yourself some oyster sauce, like some tonkatsu sauce, some soy sauce. Already a better sauce than this, you know. If this is a Korean barbecue sauce, well, it needs some kind of meat to be like marinated. Maybe you gotta marinate. Maybe this is a marinade. All right, but something just tastes off about that. We're gonna make that one too, and we'll go ahead and get this shit off of my table because it's been up here for months, you guys, months. Because I've been sitting here going, oh fuck, you know, what video am I gonna make next? You know, to possibly address where I've come from the last video, and this is it. This is it. Do you want to hear how I'm gonna do it? I'm going to every time I make a new video, I am going to like put a spotlight on some suffering Palestinians, right? And these two have been on my register for fucking ever. Since before October 7th, I have been following somebody named Ahmed Shemaya? I don't know. Like, I saw him a long time ago, like, asking for help. I'm like, oh, fuck. It really has come to that, you know, where everybody's asking for help online. No, this guy has needed help forever, and his eye was something was happening to his eye forever, you know, and he was going through all that pain for such a long time, and he got it removed recently, and now he needs a prosthetic eye, you know. So please, here's his PayPal, I believe, and then we have Moataz from Gaza. This guy kind of looks like my brother a little bit. My brother that like is an absolute psychopath and hates my guts, and I hate his guts. You know, back before any of that happened, this guy kind of looks a little bit like when my brother was young, and I don't know why that stirs something inside of me, but it's like he is going through the shit too, you know. They are going through like stuff you and I could never even imagine. He had a video of his grandfather on there recently, and they're going through real hard times, you know, his grandfather especially, and like I am like, if I am going to continue doing anything while this shit's going down, I need to point the fingers over there and say, hey, you know, if you're watching me and you like me, you know, and you ever, you know, wanted to help out, you know, me or somebody else, please, you know, send some money their way, because, like, I don't know what the hell to do, and I don't know why society just doesn't come to a screeching halt, you know, and why it hasn't this whole time. And it should. And it really should. So, let's go cook some noodles. To the pot! Okay. We are back with the bowl ramen. I just made it up, and my body is already reacting. You know, I've got a sweat going on up here in my scalp, just because I think, like, my nose remembers what it's like, and it's setting me off. So, here we are. Not quite as bright and red as the bulldog. This is more of a mild brown red, which is a color I now interpret as threatening. A lot of the things that are somewhat brown in the world of spice are the things that just absolutely floor you. Brown Moruga is my least enjoyed pepper. Definitely the hottest once it got down into me. And that's never any fun. So if it's hot and a little brown, oh, it's gonna be a pain going down. This stuff is like still super hot. We're gonna give it a second before I dip into here. Oh, it's just I'm not loving it right now. I don't even know why I'm eating these again, honestly. I guess it's to remind me. We might as well remind everybody what they're like as long as I'm taking the time. It's definitely not trying too hard to be bulldog. It doesn't really smell of bulldog. I'm pretty sure the flavor is pretty distinct from bulldog as well. The only thing I think it's trying for is the heat levels. And yeah, somebody just hammered it. They just opened up the hose of spice and they showered this thing with that. But it's not a really enjoyable experience. And back when I was first eating bulldog, I would definitely say that too. It's like, this smell, not really something I enjoy. This taste is masked kind of by all of this heat. And I'd say that's all going on here, except I enjoy it just a little bit less. All right, here we go. Back to the old pain. Son of a biscuit. Ooh, yeah, that one really lights you up. I'm definitely not saying like this is the hottest ramen out there, or like it's even trying, but I am saying that like from here on out, it's like no enjoyment. Like that is just too hot, baby. Maybe the heat does hit you a little differently than bulldog, because it is like it's lighting my whole mouth up, and maybe my throat too. And I can't remember exactly how bulldog lights you up, but I wouldn't have these back to back to try out, because like my body just couldn't handle it. Oh fuck. Ooh, nuts. That is nuts. Sweat's getting into my eyes. Oh man. The flavor profile is like this is bouillon. This is like chicken bouillon in there, because it is chicken flavor, and in a way that you can detect more than like chicken flavored bulldog. But then it's just there's just bitter spice on top of that, like some kind of dried pepper. Could be gochugaru, if I'm pronouncing that right. Dying. Ooh, gets you a good sweat on, but man, I just don't know if it's worth it. Especially when you get what's going on like downstairs later on. Oh, I gotta get my water. This is insanity. I don't know if I was right when I said, hey, this might hit your mouth the same as bulldog. The noodles are definitely not Samyang. They kind of taste more floury. This feels like it's kind of sort of hitting that challenge level of bulldog that like I think those competitive eaters or whatever would probably entertain. It's just nuts. I'm not about it. And yeah, I can see why I set this one aside and said, hey, we're gonna warn everybody about this one. It's crazy. Oh, I just gotta sit here with it for a while. But at least we're documenting it, right? The first 3 or 4 times I ate this thing, I did it without a purpose. And that's dumb. Yeah, the sauce on the bulldog tastes much better. Oh, that bitterness comes through real heavy on this stuff. It is just like grinding up some dried red pepper with a little bit of brown in it. And yeah, that's the heavy part of this flavor profile. And that's just kind of gross. With the Bulldog, it has kind of similar flavors going on, but it's just balanced way better. I'm going to show you what I'm working with here. We got a paper towel. Oh my god. Oh my god. See, that's what gets stuck on your lips. Oh fuck, that sucks too. Stings. Oh, I hate it. Oh, I hate it. It's terrible. The sauce is bad. The noodles aren't great. The heat levels are just like fucking crazy, man. Unless you are somebody who is just into the spiciest of things. I can't imagine anybody liking this or approving of it. It's terrible. I'd say the noodles are the most redeemable thing, but they're like 5 out of 10 at best. Not a lot of flavor. Just something big and spongy. Just soak up all that fucking sauce. Oh, it hurts. It hurts. Okay, here we go. I just dunked the noodles in there. It's kind of a paltry amount of noodles, and the sauce is right underneath it. Let's give it a little bit of a stir. Yeah. It says right on the box too that they're saucy noodles, like on the bag too. It's like they're really leading with that foot, as though they didn't just fuck up, you know, and short me on the noodles, because that's what's happening here. Like, by the time, you know, you stir this up, it's just too rich. You know, the sauce is just like, it is leaning towards something kind of like a barbecue sauce, you know? It's like there's just a little bit too much going on there to just have noodles in here. And I don't know if it's like, hey, you need to fucking add all these other things too, but I don't see that anywhere on here. What are you doing over there? Is that you, big kitty? Oh, my big cat. He's such an asshole. Oh my gosh. He like attacks me in my sleep and stuff. Like right after we bond, you know? Like right after I'm finished hugging him and stuff. Oh, I don't know what to do about him. He just hates me or something. Oh, little weirdo. We play with him a lot too. Like, you know, with a little feather toy, and he goes bonkers. He's so much energy. I don't know how. He's such a huge cat, but he doesn't really have any fat on him. He's just like all mean. It's just the trials and tribulations of having an orange cat. All right, here we go. That's them fully mixed up. There's still like sauce, just, you know, at the bottom of the bowl. It's really, you know, I don't know how to put it. You know, it's like if you just have too much Alfredo for too little fettuccine, you know, it's just like, God, it's, even then, it's like Alfredo sauce, it doesn't really get that rich. I'm struggling to find a good comparison. So, like some kind of sauce that's sweet, you know? We don't get too many things that are just swimming in a sweet sauce, you know? It's like people figured it out and they fixed it. Whatever it was that was swimming in sauce. These noodles are just kind of swimming in a sweet and sour sauce. That's what it is. It's just missing so much dimension. Absolutely hate the pairing of this item with noodles. Maybe it is better as a marinade or something like that, but it's like, it's a little spicy, which after just blowing my mouth out doesn't help. It's got a ton of that like sweet and sour sauce flavor to it, and then just like a little bit of soy sauce or something in there to make it a little bit salty too. And it sucks. I hate eating these noodles with that sauce. I would rather the noodles be in anything else, you know? It really doesn't even taste like a finished product. That's why I tried to make this into a yakisoba before. I took like 3 of these, I put them all in a big pan, I threw the works in, probably used some chicken thighs, and it was just like, man, it's still just missing something, you know? More than what I would make on my own from very simple ingredients, you know? And this is just bad. I don't even want to finish it. It really just tastes like, you know, I don't know, like if you just threw some condiment in with ramen noodles. And I know we've all done that, you know, where it's like you've made up ramen noodles and then it's like, oh, I'll add this, I'll add that. But you were adding it to something else. You didn't just like have noodles swimming in mustard or ketchup or something. And that's what this tastes like. I hate it in so many ways. The noodles just don't belong with the sauce at all. This is like my lowest rating I've ever given for a broth or a sauce or a paste or whatever. It's completely inappropriate. Terrible, terrible. 2 thumbs down. I'm glad I'm finally done with this, because now I can put this green screen away and like fucking clean up my lights and stuff. Oh, be gone with ye, terrible noodle. Okay, yeah, in closing, on the Snapdragon Korean barbecue noodles, these were at Costco, and you had to buy them in like a fuck off box. Extra pissed me off because of that. I know I got ripped off. I can't tell you exactly how much, but like, even if I did want to pay like a certain amount per package, it was probably ridiculous. And right now, the amount I feel that I should pay per package on this stuff is ridiculously low. This is just like so embarrassing. And when I went online to try to find pictures of this product, nothing out there on Google. It really does make me think that like somebody is doing something skeezy and just like trying to sneak this product under people's noses, and it's absolutely horrific. I saw this company doing samples at that same Costco a little while later, and it was with other flavors, and I was really tempted to just walk up to them and go, hey, you know, your product is absolute dog shit, you know, and like, you know, see if anybody else has had that experience. But it wouldn't have helped anybody, and it would have just made that person's day, you know, bad, because I'm sure they want to stick up for their product at least a little bit while it's in, you know, in public view. But like, I just wasn't there for it. Horrible product, terrible ripoff. Trying to find pictures of it. If I can find pictures now, yeah, we're definitely going to put them in there so you can see everything. I have the box. I put it in the recycle bin. I don't even feel like going up to get it. I am just done with this product. So long. Okay, second closing thoughts. Salad dressing. That's what this tastes like, okay? It's like I put salad dressing on my noodles, and like it just doesn't work. From the first bite to the very last bite, it doesn't work. It's just the wrong implement for the wrong tool. Whatever, I don't know. But salad dressing. Okay, I've come across something rather strange in this game. Look. There's the guy over there. He is half bodying it. Here's the other half of him. You want this back, buddy? Here you go. I think you need it. Tell me how this is possible. What is happening? It's like a lizard's tail over here. Knock it off. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. I can't even cut this anymore. It won't let me. Oh, gosh. Alright, go have fun. Alright. Yeah, you're done there. That's so silly.